Oh, we have another. We have another. We have another correspondence from the president. It just came in now, so I think I should read. During our proceedings on Thursday, I had cause to refer to the Legislative House's Powers and Privileges Act 2004, and also our standing rules, where it is clearly stated that whenever a member stands up to talk, the other member must sit down and must listen in silence, is a norm, and that you can only speak when you are recognized. I take cognizance of the fact that each and every one of us is still learning. Even those of us that have been in the Senate for 16 years, we are still learning. So we'll do well to continue to learn. But in the course of my talking to one of my distinguished sisters that she should speak whenever she's recognized, I made reference to the fact that we are not in a nightclub where people have to shout above the noise of the music. And the social media went agog. I'm not on social media, but my wife called me that people got angry. They published her number and said people should occupy her. So she used to receive, she received over 2,000 to 3,000 phone calls a day. And then I tried to on one of my phones. I realized it was in the public. In fact, the phone crashed after about 3 hours. So I am very happy with the interest generated by Nigerians in what goes on in these chambers, because we are here to cater for their interests. And so for them to be so interested in what goes on here means that we are connecting with the people directly. And it would have been terrible if we were doing all this work and the people were not even aware of what we are doing. But the communication was totally misunderstood. Instead of taking it for the nature of what we said, that you should not shout when you are talking and not and speak when you are recognized, they went into private abuses. I don't want to say what they did to me, because what they did to me, I think I don't merit it. I was telling DSP that it's even the one they should be talking to, because in my tradition, we marry only one wife. So they listed so many wives on social media. And at the end, it will look as if the Senate president had or has so many wives. When indeed, I'm reporting to my colleagues, I have only one. And I'm satisfied with that one. And she's a beautiful and loving woman. I will not intentionally denigrate any woman. I have a wife, I have 4 daughters, and I always pray that God will lift a girl child to the highest zenith in Nigeria, politically and in business. I also want my children to do well. So, distinguished Senator Natasha, I want to apologize to you if you felt offended. If I had mentioned that we are not in the market, they will say I said you are a market woman. If I said that you were not in a nightclub where people shout above the noise of the music, they will say you went to nightclub. If I said you were not in a community meeting in the village, they will say Akpabio says Natasha is a village woman. For me, there is nothing I will say that will not be misunderstood. But the interest generated in the social media, people jumped in, shows that you have a lot of political enemies. It also shows that I do have enemies. All of us here contested elections with people. So whenever those people think that you are being brought down, they will jump up and they will say all sort of things. I noticed even some of them that could not pass through Senate screenings went into the fray and abused the Senate president, abused you and all that. I don't know how you took it, but I felt that I should tender a public apology to you over the miscommunication and the misunderstanding. So do accept my apologies, and my colleagues, for anybody who could have felt offended, I accept my apologies. I did not mean any harm, and I did not mean what they are misinterpreting in the social media. And I hope this will come to an end. And people should concentrate on things that will move this country forward and not things that will divide us. So I hope the apology is accepted. Bill 2024. Pursuant to Section 58, subsection 2 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, 1999, as amended, I forward herewith the above-named bill for consideration and passage by the Senate. The Nigerian Police Amendment Bill 2024 seeks to amend the Nigerian Police Act 2020 with respect to the appointment of and tenure of the Inspector General of Police and related matters. Whilst hoping that the Senate will consider this submission in its usual expeditious manner, please accept, distinguished senators and distinguished Senate, the assurances of my highest consideration. Yours sincerely, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Well, this is committed to the Committee of the Whole in view of the timing of the submission for immediate consideration. So just a word of caution to our social media practitioners. I think it's important that they practice it with decorum, so they don't invade people's privacies and cause a lot of hurt to people's families. And we will not, out of anger, attempt to regulate the social media. We will not do so, but because this is democracy and there's free speech. But they should practice it with decorum. Distinguished Senate Leader, please proceed.
Mr. President, very distinguished senators.
No, Senate Leader.
Oh, yes.
Just let us get a petition from Leader Olalere.
I rise under Order 12 regarding privileges of the floor to move that Order 12.1 of our rules, specifically Order 12.1K, Order 12.1K be activated to enable us allow some strangers on the floor of the Senate. Mr. President, we have the governor of Imo State, His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodimma, at the entrance to the Senate, and him wishing to come in as a stranger can only be done upon the activation of Order 12.1K. And His Excellency Governor Hope Uzodimma is here in the company of Victor Monaco, Chairman of the Fiscal Responsibility Commission, Chief Tanana Biadum, Chief Uche Onyejesi, Chief Innocent Onoha, and Nze Chidi Okorafor. I so move this. And Mr. President, distinguished colleagues, the strangers are coming in to witness the cross carpeting of one of our distinguished colleagues
No, I don't think it's cross
from
carpeting.
Imo State.
I don't think it's cross carpeting. I think it should just be
The
movement.
defection.
No, not defection, movement. Movement is moving to, because defection is a different story. Motions are on the floor. The first is that we suspend our rules to allow strangers to approach the chambers. The second is that we proceed to give an opportunity for one of our distinguished senators, a jewel of the southeastern state of Nigeria, one of the southeastern states of Nigeria, a political juggernaut, and a giant that is going to affect the opposition party in the country with his movement, to move from where he is into where he ought to be. Those in support of the two motions say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. So, Sergeant at Arms, you may proceed to bring in the strangers into the chambers. Senator Wadada, did I hear you say anything? You didn't say anything, okay.